Hello, everybody, and welcome to the newest indoor adventure in Rime of the Frostmaiden, Part 3, Lake Murder. And no, that's not a direct location. That's what it was, right? Lake Monster.
Like monster.
I don't remember.
It's
Anyways,
like monster.
it's on the description of this video if you're interested. JD, thank you for subbing. If this is your first time joining us, you can go. Oh, yeah, today is December 22nd or 27th, 2020, and you are loved. I almost forgot because we say it at the beginning of every single one of these episodes. I almost went through the intro without saying it because guess what? It's a very important thing that you all should remember is that we love and care about each and every single one of you, and you all should know that. And if you like that message and you'd like to hear more about it, you can go to youtube.com/indooradventures to catch up on all of the VODs of each of the games that we have played up until this point, or you can go towards anywhere audio casts are made available for free. You can find us there under the same moniker. And speaking of things that are being made available for free, if you go to patreon.com/indooradventures, you can check up on our after show called Nights in the Courtyard, where we answer questions not only from the community but also from each other. So if you have any questions for myself or any of these other fine folk, feel free to post them in the Twitch chat to the side, or you can join us on Discord in the link found down below, and we will do our best to answer all your questions at the end of this session of Dungeons and Dragons. If you already support us on Patreon, Twitch, YouTube, and all of those other places, and you are thinking to yourself, man, if only there was a way that I could help support this great show even more. Guess what? We got your back. Quite literally, in fact, because if you go to indooradventure.redbubble.com, we got t-shirts, we got posters, we got mugs, we got crop tops, throw pillows, shower curtains, clocks, journals, and most importantly, we also have our Tia masks. That's right, we have face masks with the symbol of Tiamat done upon them by our very own Cyberwolf1201, and all of the proceeds of those face masks go to help support Doctors Without Borders. So if you would like to help support a good cause or help support the show, you can once again go to indooradventure, no S at the end, .redbubble.com. And that is it for my spiel. So, hey, Satan, who are you playing today?
Hi, my name is Satan. I go by she, they pronouns, and I'll be playing Kuori, my Goliath fighter, who also goes by she, they pronouns.
And Liz.
Hi, I'm Liz, and I will be playing Lydia today, my lovely sweet bean rock gnome cleric, and she and I both go by she, her pronouns.
And I am the Indoor Adventurer, and tonight I'm going to be playing as Hart, Wood Elf Druid. And then RJ, our guesty guest.
I thought you forgot about me for a
I
hot
could
minute there.
never forget about you. Go.
Hey everybody, I'm RJ, familiar face, but today I'll be playing Rocky. He, him, both of us. He's a human ranger. Let's have some fun.
Also, I would like to say thank you, the Loophole King, for following. Damn it. No, wait, hold on.
Oh,
That's
sorry.
the one. We did it. That's our follow bell. So thank you for the follow. Now we're one away from hitting 600. We're so close.
Oh my gosh.
It will probably happen this stream.
Who will be the 600th?
600th before the end of the year. That is the ultimate Christmas gift.
You are the 600 customer.
Well, we're looking forward to it, and I hope we do have a lot of fun. My name is Wings. I'm going to be the DM for tonight. I go by she, her. Let's just get right into it.
Wait, question. RJ, did you actually get to say who you were playing?
I did.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Again, short-term memory.
Nights in the Courtyard.
Ice-kissed flowers, caught mid-bloom. Beauty kept in all its grace. Summer's gone to its silent tomb, stilling in her cold embrace. You'd think the rarest thing you'll find in Icewind Dale is warmth, but you'd be wrong. Out on the tundra, there's one thing you'd expect least, and that's a friend. There's mostly nothing out there, though you should count yourself lucky if it stays that way. If you do encounter a warm body, it's likely equipped with claws and fangs, and an urge to spill your steaming guts in the snow. But on the rare occasion that you do find that rare and precious ally, you do well to stick together. An extra pair of eyes on the lookout, and a spare hand on a weapon could prove invaluable. Just be careful you don't find that weapon in your back. The swish of sled runners cuts the quiet of the tundra. A Goliath effortlessly hauls a load of iron, a third lighter than promised, toward the wooden walls of Targos. Flanking the sled is a gnome lass with dark hair clad in white furs, and an odd-looking wood elf with a bell hung in his antlers. The jingling as he turns his head is echoed by wild chimes that sound like laughter. This group is on their way to the Luskan Arms with a shipment of iron. You will find that Targos has a wooden wall similar to Bryn Shander. However, the wall actually extends out into the lake, Mare Dwalden. However, the lake has frozen to a point where there are boats at the docks that are just sticking half out of the ice, unable to be used anymore. And fishermen must pick up their boats and actually carry it across the ice in order to fish in the lake now. But here you are in Targos, and you're headed to the Luskan Arms.
It's finally good to be in a little bit more of civilization now.
I suppose.
So we have to drop off the iron. And I could really use a drink to warm up.
Yes, my arms could really use a rest.
All right.
As I've been hauling 400 pounds of iron, by the way.
Effortlessly, though, because you're so big and strong. You will find the Luskan Arms right at the docks of the city. In fact, I can put a map of it in our Rime of the Frostmaiden chat, so you guys have an idea of the layout of this city. The Luskan Arms, you will find, is actually an inn, a place where you can stay the night. They serve food and drink, but if you're looking for something more specific than ale or fish, you'll have to go up to the tavern called Three Flag Sailing.
Well, we just needed to drop the iron off at the Luskan Arms, right?
Yeah, I believe so. That's where we were told to meet with our contacts.
Do you have name?
Oh dear.
It's hard. We've been traveling for a while.
I think she meant where we're supposed to drop it off, our contact.
Oh, if the contacts have names.
The
I
Hart.
see.
I am scouring my brain, but right now it is very frozen. Head empty, only snow.
You were given no name other than the Luskan Arms.
The names that we have of our friends, though, were Hruna, Gorix, and Storn. So we're just looking for the people who know them, right?
That would
All
make
right.
sense. I think we lead with that instead of leading with, hey, who lost 400 pounds of iron? Because then maybe somebody who didn't would claim it.
Right. Shall we go then?
Mhm.
Right. So keep hauling the iron towards the Luskan Arms.
Lydia will go to the cart and just like as Kuori is pulling it, just take a few iron bars off of the cart and carry it in her arms as they're walking through the snow, just to try and make it a little easier.
All right. As you approach the Luskan Arms, you find that it is an old building. However, it does look sturdy. Entering in, you find a balding man with, I'll say he's got kind of like the mustache that comes up and turns into mutton chops. And he is balding. And he also kind of has like the basset hound sort of expression on his face. He has these watery eyes, and he just kind of looks like the well, hopelessness of Icewind Dale as of late has really sunk into him. And he just kind of looks up at you as you're walking in, Lydia, with your arms full of iron. And he just kind of nods, and he opens up a book and does grabs a stamp and just thump. And he says, did you have much trouble coming in?
A little bit. There was a lot of snow, as to be expected. This is really heavy. Where should I put this down?
Lydia, put it back in the sled.
Okay, I was just trying to help, and she'll go and put it back in the
It's a nice
sled.
gesture, but it's fine.
He's going to gesture to a fella behind him who will head out to the sled, and you see as he will start to move the iron into a boat that's just stuck in the ice out on the dock. It seems that they're using it for storage purposes now.
So, do we get a receipt from you? Are you going to give us our payment for retrieving the iron? We were advised to bring it here and receive payment.
He nods again with that mournful face, and he reaches under the desk and pulls out a coin purse, and he starts digging around. You can hear the sound of jewels kind of moving about in there. And just before he pulls out 3 jewels, the guy loading the iron kind of like bustles in and whispers in his ear. And he looks at you guys, looks down at the jewels, and then just drops one back into the bag and hands you 2 of them.
Okay, hello. Yes, hi. This is me. So remember how you asked if we had any troubles along the way?
He just looks at you.
Well, see, we actually had a really hard time getting and retrieving all of the iron. It was, in fact, some was lost. We don't know if by scavengers. We didn't see anything, but we dug this much out of the snow, and so it is one third.
Thirds.
Yeah. Okay. So
You have 2/3 of the iron with you.
okay. For some reason, I had it in my head that it was 3/4. So I hope I am willing to accept that we only get 2/3 of the payment. I just hope that you pass along that all effort was made to retrieve as much of the iron as possible. And
As you're giving him this explanation, your eyes kind of drift off of his face, and you see that there is a mouse in the corner, just kind of like nibbling on a crumb, and it looks up and then scrambles into the wall. Looking around the room, you can see that there are a lot of like crevices where rodents can hide.
So yes, I will take these 2, and she'll take the 2 jewels and put them in her purse. Is there anything else that you need? Can you recommend a good place for us to stay?
He kind of rubs his face and says, "We've got a house or 2 available. Or not a house, sorry. We've got a room or 2 upstairs available, if you'd like."
Okay, and how much would that be per night for 1 or 2 rooms?
Ooh, whatever it says in the player's
Okay.
handbook.
Okay. All right, just one moment. I'm going to confer with my party here, and she'll kind of scurry back and just sort of say to Kuori and Hart, okay, so transaction done. We've been paid for the 2/3. All is good. I've marked it down. We're good there. The gems are very nice. I took a quick peek at them. Do we want to sleep here and book some rooms for the night? It does appear that there are quite a few small furry friends that are also residing in this house. I'm not sure if that is off-putting to you guys or not.
Did they say if they would share?
Well,
Small furry like cat or like?
small furry like
Dogs?
mouse.
Oh.
Uh,
Well, mice don't mean any harm.
No, I know. I just I also know sometimes that people don't like rodents, and so I thought I would inquire with you guys before we booked anything, or if you think that maybe we should check out the tavern to see if they have rooms.
Let's check out the tavern. Yeah,
Okay.
I'd rather not have clothes eaten by mice. When I
They
sleep.
won't eat your clothes.
Well, just in case, we'll explore all of our options.
I'm just saying, this place seems pretty nice. It's got lots of smells,
It does have lots of
a
smells.
bunch of friends.
It does have lots of smells. Okay. Lydia will just like run back inside quickly, and she'll just say, all right, so we'll be back in a little bit if we do need the rooms, but I just thank you so much for this very pleasant conversation we've had, and I hope that if you need anything, don't hesitate to ask. And oh, just one quick thing before I go. Did you happen to see another rock gnome? He looks like me, but it is a boy. Me, but boy. Yes.
He just kind of rubs his face a little bit, and furrows his brow briefly, and he says, what'd you say your name was again?
Oh, Lydia.
Lydia. Was his name Lucas?
And you just kind of see the color all drain out of Lydia's face all at once. Yeah, that's his name. Have you seen him? Please tell me you've seen him.
Give me a persuasion check.
Okay.
Can I help by saying, hopefully they found your big brother, Lydia?
Are you trained in persuasion?
No, that's perception.
I will say no then.
It's okay. Ashley Johnson will not fail me now. She did. I rolled a 3, so that's a 7.
Why would you say that? We all know she doesn't roll.
He's gonna thump his book closed and he says, I wouldn't go saying that name around here.
My name?
No.
Okay. And
it's been a pleasure doing business with you. But I think you should leave.
Lydia's gonna reach into her pocket and take out a gold piece and slide it across the counter and just say, if you see Lucas again, please send him to the tavern and tell him his sister's waiting for him. That's all I ask. And if anybody else asks about him, please let me know. And just slides the gold coin across, but she's definitely like keeping a finger on it just for a second to sort of hear the response before letting go.
He looks down at the gold coin, looks back up at you and says, you'd best get to the tavern then.
Okay, thank you. And Lydia will turn and walk out and just immediately grab Kuori's arm and grab Hart's arm and start pulling them towards the tavern. She's not going to say anything, nothing. She's just immediately, she's got one in each hand and is pulling them towards the tavern.
Lydia, what's going on?
We got to go to the tavern.
Why? What happened?
Lucas is either here or he was here very recently and people are very angry with him.
Shit.
We need to go to the tavern. I said that that's where I would be.
All right, let's go. Follow her. just grab her and start doing the big, tall person.
Her legs are still going as if she's running.
All right. Basically, you run down the docks, the snow just kind of crunching under your feet as you go. until you arrive at a tavern called Three Flags Sailing. And this whole city just has sort of a seafarer's vibe about it. The crest itself, the flag that flies at the city's gates, is a blue field with a black ship on it. Their main export is, the main export of most cities on the lake is knucklehead trout. But this place, more than the rest of them, it is their big thing. They do trade on boats, they fish on boats, they live on boats, and they die on boats. And they want you to know about it. But anyhow, you get to Three Flags Sailing, and you can tell that just like most buildings in this city, it is also maritime themed. I'll say that there's probably a half. What's the steering wheel of a boat called?
The wheel?
The wheel of the boat, the wheel of the ship. There's
Helm? The helm?
No, that's the area.
Yeah, it's the ship's steering wheel.
Yeah, sure. There's a ship's steering wheel that's been sort of sliced in half and forms the top of the door frame of this tavern. And when you walk in, it's a lot more homey. It's a lot more welcoming. There's a warm glow coming from the fire. And you can see that there are a large number of fishermen who are just sort of hunched around tables, eating bowls of stew and having a quick pint. And behind the counter, there is a plump, gray-haired woman who is bustling about. And as she does so, you can hear that the sailors are calling her Ma. And she just sort of fusses over them as though they were her children.
I would like to say thank you to Shaney Plays and Cyber Canadian for the follows, because that put us over 600!
Hey!
We have rungeth the bell twice, and the bell tolls for ye, so thank you.
Also, Cyber Canadian is my younger brother, so...
Thank you, Cyber Canadian, Liz's brother. So people are saying hi or talking to a lady they call Ma.
Yes. She is... She's got, jars of, this strange, white fish that she keeps on plucking out with a little pickle fork and throwing onto what looks like these wide, flat bread, almost like tortillas, but not quite. I think that Kuori and Lydia especially would recognize this as something called the lefse. And she's just wrapping up this pickled fish into the lefse and throwing it onto the bowl with the stew. And when she sees you guys come in, she very quickly scoops up and spoons you up some more. And Hart in particular, she'll bustle around the counter and grab you and drag you to a seat. Oh, sit down. You are looking just like skin and bones. Here, have some lefse.
What is this?
Kuori looks down at herself. Okay.
You get 3 of these wraps.
Oh, yes. Mm-hmm. She'll just start opening them and eating them.
Lydia is just staring around the tavern, eyes darting everywhere, not really paying attention to anything that is going on. If there's food in front of her, she hasn't seen it.
Yep. It is very non-threatening. I imagine you're looking around for any sort of sign that Lucas was here and something terrible happened to him. It's just a bunch of dudes yumming on some chowder, you know?
Just guys being dudes.
Yeah, I think Hart will he's really appreciative of the food that he's gotten, but he had a berry a couple hours ago, so he's still pretty full.
Mm-hmm. And both of the foods that she has offered to you are fish. And I don't know what his opinion
It
on
doesn't need
eating-
him.
Yeah.
He
Okay.
has seen other people eat it, and he's okay with that.
All right. Oh, what do you not like the lutefisk? Is that it's not to some people's taste. It's kind of an acquired thing.
Do you have anything that doesn't have meat in it? Like just
she-
like even some grains, some loose grains
Maybe
sounds
a-
great.
Vegetables too.
She will roll out some lutefisk and do a smear of what looks like some sort of like creamy substance like mayonnaise or something like that. And then or I'll say butter. She puts butter and then a sprinkle of sugar on it, and then she rolls that up instead. And she says, "Oh, well, I don't know anybody to turn down dessert.
What's dessert?
Try it."
And his eyes go wide,
Yep.
and he
I mean,
just
it's
fucking devours
bread, butter,
the
and sugar,
whole
so
thing.
it's yeah, it's not bad.
And
Oh,
he
no.
is just like
Sugar Rush Hart.
sugar rush. Like his chest is just like he has probably never had sugar like this before. He's just I like dessert.
Oh no.
And he
Oh,
like
no.
holds up a gold coin for her.
She hems and haws and acts like she's going to reject it, but then takes it.
And then
Eh.
Hart just like hands splayed on the table, eyes really big. Just, I'm not scared, but my heart's beating really hard.
I
Is that normal?
have you never had sugar before?
What has sugar in it?
Sugar. She just puts sugar in the bread and
Well-
butter.
I've had
You
dessert,
know how-
yes.
You know how berries are sweet?
Yes, do berries have sugar?
Berries have natural sugars. So what this is it's just more
Concentrated sugar.
concentrated. Yeah. So you can add it to things to make it sweet like berries so that you want to eat it, but sometimes it makes you feel a little fuzzy because your body is processing it all.
You're going
That was
through
like
sugar
eating
high.
1,000 berries worth of sweetness.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was incredible.
Oh no, this is going to be issue, I can tell.
Do more things have that in it?
Duh.
Yes.
I would like to try more of them.
Bit by bit, yeah.
Baby steps.
All right. Lydia, do you want to ask her about your friend?
I'm Kuori. And Lydia will just kind of like snuggle in right next to Kuori and like stand up on her stool so she's at ear length, ear height.
Mhm.
I'm really scared about asking about Lucas because the very quiet, untalkative gentleman back at where we dropped off the iron, he said not to say his name around here. That's a name we don't want to be saying around here. So
Make me a stealth check as you're talking about Lucas in the.
Oh no.
I did say my brother and not Lucas. And that was
I heard Lucas.
oh, I meant to say my brother and not Lucas when I was talking. But
That's fair.
oh my god, my stealth is not great. My dex is my lowest stat. 11.
Cool. Yeah, RJ, you definitely just heard that. And for that matter, she looks a lot like him.
Oh hey. You kind of look a little like that gnome fella that came by here not too long ago.
Sorry, what?
You kind of look like that gnome fella that came by here not too long ago. Sorry, I had a couple of drinks. Am I slurring? I can't really tell.
Are you saying or
No, I
gnomes
just-
look alike?
Yeah, I just don't understand if you're saying that all rock gnomes look alike, or do you
Well-
mean me specifically?
Well, you also said his name.
Did they
Oh,
look like
so you
her
were
but a boy?
I mean, like rosy cheeks, black hair.
right. So what I'm
Eh,
hearing is that you were making assumptions and listening in on a private conversation.
You're kind of stage whispering. Actually, it's kind of hard not to listen in. I'm sorry if it's a bit rude. I just overheard.
While we're
I'm sorry.
discussing the appearance of characters, RJ, what does Rocky look like?
Right now he looks like your run-of-the-mill villager. Long dark hair that's braided in the back. Brown eyes. Weirdly enough, tanned skin. Like it's a dark olive. um, he's like wearing almost like a nicer vest and in this bar, tunic, breeches, and boots. Um, yeah.
I'm I'm really sorry. Where are my manners? It's just we've been hauling a lot of iron for a very long way and it's very cold. I'm sorry that I snapped at you. What's your name?
Friends call me Rocky.
Rocky. Um so I
Uh,
I
if you're cold, hey Ma, do you have that like maybe a round of ale for my friends here?
Oh, for sure. Let me
th-
just go and grab that real quick.
Thanks,
Oh,
Ma.
also, Rocky, we got another manifest in. I'm gonna need you to sort that in with the rest.
Yeah, I'll do it right after I'm finished with my break.
Okay, all right. Well, I'll be right back.
All right.
Bustles off.
you work here?
Uh, yeah, I work part time. I sort the shipping manifests.
So I'm curious because one of the reasons you may have heard me say a particular name while you were eavesdropping was that I've been asked questions about this looking like someone since we got here. Can you give me any more information? Like, what's this guy's deal?
He looks around a little bit and lowers his voice, like scoots over in his bar stool. Well, I don't know what he did in the town per se, but uh, Scath, the militia leader's a bit in a kerfuffle about it. Maybe ruffled a few feathers there. He came in here one time and asked to
Mil-
see the shipping manifest for something. What was it? For the Dark Duchess, Black Duchess, something like that? And
militia leader? And Lydia just kind of looks at Kuori and says, militia leader.
yes, I heard it.
Dark Duchess, that's what it was. Um, yeah, he read the manifest and he burnt it right in front of me. Like he's destroying public property.
Dark Duchess.
Does that name ring any bells for me?
Ooh, that's a good question. Give me a history check.
Okay, history, okay, history, okay. If you don't roll above a 10, I swear. 16.
16. All right. Um, I wouldn't normally say that Lydia would have any knowledge about this, but I think that the way things are, you would have a little bit of insight into this.
Okay. Okay. Um, okay. So are you looking to talk to this fellow? Are you looking to find him? What is the militia leader looking to find him?
Um,
I'm really confused.
well, I don't know the specifics of why Scath wants to find him, but it's really no sweat off my back. I can just go up to Bremen and get a new manifest. They have copies of that stuff.
Copies are very smart. You know, you should always do things in duplicates or triplicates just in case.
Well, yeah, we send our manifests over to them, and then they kind of house it like a, I don't know the word for that. Archive. That's the word.
Will you be
Right.
able to see this copy?
Well, you'd probably have to be like official. Mm.
Ma bustles back in with some ale. She also offers warm mulled wine and a plate of cookies for Hart.
Yeah.
Now,
Oh,
Just
no,
fistfuls
Hart,
of
no,
them.
wait,
Hart, no, wait, stop.
Hard
Just
going on
stop.
the road?
Just grab his arms.
Friend
Hart, stop.
famished over there?
I love dessert! Show me more of them. More.
Oh dear.
Hart, you can't have too much.
Why?
It'll give you a tummy ache.
Oh.
And if you have too much of it, it will make you sick.
Mm-mm.
Mm-hmm.
You should really eat something a little bit more substantial, friend.
I had
You should try the
berries
Reitza.
earlier.
Right says lefts, but on the wrong side of the bread.
Hart's pretty self-sufficient, but sugar's a new thing for him, so he's just learning. So, okay, do you know where this, what did you, I think they said his name was Lucas? Lufus something.
No, it was
Lufa.
Lucas.
Lufa?
Lufa?
No.
Lufa.
No, Lucas. It's a Luc hard CAS.
That's actually
Lucas.
okay. Yeah, Lucas. Do you know where he was last seen? Maybe.
He left my office in a huff, and I haven't seen him since.
And this was today.
No, it was
No.
several days ago.
About a couple of days ago.
Okay. Kuori, can I bother you for a minute? I need to go to the ladies' room, and I feel more comfortable if we go together.
Yes. Let's.
Excuse us. Thank you, Rocky.
Girl time.
Hart, don't eat any more of the cookies. And we'll just
Okay.
walk to the lavatory section.
Ma will whisk away the cookies and bring out some other confection for Hart to try.
Oh, Mr. Hart, you should really try like the apple pie. It's to die for.
I love apples. What is a pie?
Well, it's where they take like the fruit and then they stuff it in a pastry.
A slice of apple pie with some ice cream is pushed in front of Hart.
Oh no.
Hart looks at it and tears well in his eyes as he smells this thing for the first time.
Now, you shouldn't eat the ice cream too fast. You get something called a brain freeze.
He just he doesn't know how to use silverware, so he just bam into the pie and grabs the small end and just gobs it on.
That's a man who knows what he wants.
Yep. He is going to continue eating in this fashion.
Going to town.
Oh boy. Oh dear. As soon as we're sort of in wherever the lavatory chambers outhouse type deal is, Lydia just says to Kuori, what should we do? It seems like Lucas was only here a few days ago. Militia leader, Kuori, militia leader.
It's not. Are you sure your brother left in good terms?
Look, all I know is that he goes off on these adventures. He gets himself into trouble. He comes back home with his tail between his legs, and everything's okay for a little bit. And then he decides to go on another adventure, and he gets himself in trouble. But militia leader, Kuori,
That's a little bit more than adventure trouble. Well, we could.
I don't know if I trust this Rocky guy, but it already seems like he's kind of put two and two together that despite my amazing acting skills, that we have something to do with Lucas.
Well, it's the Possible. We could see if he knows where Lucas went.
You're right. I think maybe we should just. I don't know. He seems kind of trustworthy. Do you think we should just be honest with him?
Eh,
I'm just scared because of the other guy back
no,
at
let's
the
pretend we
lesser
are
rooms.
trying to track him down for bounty.
Okay.
People already don't want to hear his name. If somebody else hears, we'll be in bigger trouble.
Okay. I'll let you take the lead on this one then, okay?
Oh, okay, yes.
Since we're pretending he's not my brother.
Right. Right. Well, let's go, yeah?
Yeah, you go ahead. I'm just gonna take a minute to, clear my mind and maybe wash my hands.
We'll find him. Okay?
Thanks, Kuori.
Heads your head gently. I'll go talk to Rocky. She'll stand up and head back to where she left Hart with Rocky. You're muted.
You're muted.
I like to imagine that like the plate of the pie is up to his face and you just see the plate moving up and down. He's licking that fucker clean.
Oh no.
When he pulls the plate down, there are tears down his face and he is just covered in what looks like the remnants of pie and ice cream.
Oh, Hart. What did you give him?
Well, Ma gave him a apple pie and vanilla ice cream.
Oh no, he's never had sugar before.
Does that mean he's never had ice cream? Are you lactose? Is that why you're crying? Is that discomfort? Do you need a...
That was the most
are
beautiful
you-
thing I've ever eaten.
Now he's going to have sugar rush.
Oh, that's
Nothing's
okay.
going
He'll
to
just wear
crash.
himself out in like an hour and then he'll conk out.
Right. Just sit down, Hart. No more sugar for you, yes?
I've been sitting this whole time. And
Ah,
it just
bah.
came to me. It appeared. Like a dream. He's just like staring off into the corner, having his own little office moment of just like speaking sweet nothings about the pie he has consumed.
The.
You should have came in like 2 days ago. There was a raspberry pie.
Please stop.
What?
Oh.
I love raspberries. They can do that?
Looks to Corey like, should he extrapolate or like just stay quiet?
Not continue
What
this
else can you make
conversation.
a pie?
Hart, we will talk about pies later. Remember, we're trying to do a job, right?
Yes. We're
Alright,
looking
no.
for Lydia Baboy.
Yes, Mr. Rocky.
No, just Rocky. Mr. Rocky's my dad.
Ah, okay. Rocky, we are on a job trying to find this Luca. Duh. We were paid to go find this and turn him over to someone. Would you happen to know where he left to?
Nope, after he left my office, I didn't see hide or hair of him.
Did you hear anything else about him?
Damn.
Well, what he read on the manifest seemed to motivate his next actions.
Yeah, well,
Do you have any furry friends in the walls of your building?
Do you have mice in your building?
I mean, Ma likes to keep a clean ship, but I'm sure if you get in the pantry, you might find one or two.
Would they have seen where he was going?
You're asking the wrong omniscient deity here, friend.
You know nothing of the friends in these walls.
No, I just work in the office. Part-time.
Rocky, would you remember what is on that manifest that he burned?
Probably. Well, it might have been like an older document, to be fair. I don't remember any Dark Duchess coming into port. Though on the manifest, they do list cargo, place sailed from, place sailing to, and a couple of other things.
Well, as we are acting as mercenaries at the moment, we will need this information to continue our work to bring this man to the local guards back where he's wanted from. Back in Termine. Termine? What was the name? Where your lady is from? Tourmaline.
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 Name.
At this
Tourmaline.
point, Lydia will walk back from the bathroom, and like she's done this thing where you can tell she's been like crying, so her at the bottom of her eyes are all puffy and red, but she's like trying to like not, and she'll just sit back down quietly and eat her chowder.
Rocky hands you a handkerchief.
Oh, thank you. Just allergies, you know.
She's allergic to snow.
Boy, did you come to the wrong place then. What? Well, like I said, the copies of the shipping manifests are up in Bremen. I mean, if I can get a few days off, I could take you there.
That would be really sweet, actually. If you wouldn't mind. You know what they say, travel in packs, it's safer. And plus, you seem like you've got great campfire stories.
Ma bustles over and she says, "Now, box of rocks, you aren't thinking of going across the Shane Garn in the middle of the night, are you?"
No, we could go in the morning.
All right, well, you'd best. Want to make sure you keep safe. And keep all these people safe, too, if you're going to fancy yourself a guide.
I used to lead people all the way up, Ma.
You sure did.
I was damn good at my job, but no one's biting, so I'm here doing clerical work for you.
She like gives a face that definitely says a lot about Rocky's reputation for guide work. She just kind of grimaces at the rest of you, and she will pass out some tea.
Thank you, Ma. Wait, so Rocky, you're a cleric?
No, I mean clerical as in like office work. I don't actually.
I was just gonna say.
Except for the Frostmaiden herself, when we do the offerings, that's the only time I pray that my number doesn't come up.
But Rocky, you said you were a guide then.
Yeah, I brought people. Let me just bring up the map real quick. I brought people all the way up to Kelvin's Cairn.
Good. Well, we could pay you if you would take us to these archives.
Sure, that's like a trip across to Bremen. I mean, there's like 2 ways we can go. We can go by. Is that road? Nope. It's gonna have to be across some rivers.
The road is gone. It has been snowed away completely. Fortunately for you, the river is frozen solid. You can just walk across it.
Yeah. Though there are some rumors coming down from there that there's a monster attacking their people. I mean, nothing's happening down here, so it's just nothing.
You should.
Well, I mean, most Arctic wildlife have a pretty expansive territory, and if it does roam, then we should get some of it. But if it's localized to Bremen, it might not be a thing.
Do you think it was the thing that we saw the other night?
Yeah, I saw a thing.
Yeah.
The dragon.
The what?
There was a
Uh,
a scaled creature that was talking all sorts of, I don't know.
uh,
There was a dead thing on its back. It looked like a dead man, and it came up out of the snow, and we ran really fast. Is it that thing? I don't want to find that thing again.
There was
What?
also a Yeti attack recently. We saw a polar owl bear, a snowy owl bear.
I don't
Sorry.
like any of those.
What are the Yetis doing that far south?
well, they were
It killed a
near
dwarf man.
Dwarven Valley.
Ah. Wait, which direction did y'all come from?
Kelvin's Cairn.
Hmm. God, I was looped around. Sorry about that.
That's okay. Maps are hard.
Maps
whole-
are hard.
That whole affair was a bit of a kerfuffle. I want to say, Rocky, that you overheard Lucas talking briefly about how he booked a trip from Bryn Shander to Targos with some dwarves, but they failed to mention that they were going to head up way out of his way towards Kelvin's Cairn to meet up with some people for to help deliver an iron shipment to Targos.
Right, that Lucas fella said something about heading over from Bryn Shander over to here, but they took him all the way to Kelvin's Cairn first. Something about an iron shipment.
Oh, yeah, an iron shipment. We seem to just be a few days behind, no matter what we do.
Well,
Uh,
hopefully, when we see these manifests, I can point you in the right direction.
hopefully, yes. Don't worry, Lydia. You'll catch up.
Of course, of course. So, do you suggest that we head off in the morning?
Yeah, best to head off in the morning. The night isn't especially kind.
Do you guys have rooms available here?
Yeah. But it's really more of a communal living situation. Just big, long rows of
Bunk beds?
beds. Yeah. Well,
Bunk beds.
okay. If you want bunk beds, there's bunk beds.
Aw.
I want to say
Big
that
bearskin right in the middle with a hearth.
it's kind of like a longhouse that's made out of an overturned boat that's kind of like just mashed up against the three sails. And just along the sides of this long lodge, essentially, is just a bunch of beds for sailors to sleep in. But it is cozy and it is warm, though these guys snore, for sure.
I was going to say Hart was actually going to go back to the other place to sleep.
Okay.
Like, he'll give the guy a gold piece. That seems to make everybody happy when he does that. So, like, everything will cost a gold piece until specified otherwise to him.
All right. If nobody else accompanies Hart when he goes to spend the night at oh my goodness, I've forgotten the name.
Luskan Arms.
The Luskan Arms. Hart has no frame of reference for this, but the Luskan Arms is 100% like styled after the city of Luskan.
That's awesome.
You find that there are several stacks on top of each other. Evidently, the penthouse is where the speaker of the town lives, and you're able to glean that information. You may not necessarily know what that means, but later you can find out that the speaker is the guy who is in charge of this town.
Oh.
And like that he's called a speaker because he speaks for the town. And there are 10 of them, one for each town, and they visit and they make decisions over things like, sacrificing people to Auril.
Okay. I think later that night, Hart would probably set out some crumbs for the small furry friends, and cast a speak with animals.
Okay. You see a scrawny little mouse sneak its way out of a mouse hole and kind of nibble at those crumbs.
Um, Hart is gonna ask how they like living here.
They first run away from you, but then realizing that you're speaking with them and recognizing you as the farthest thing from a predator, it kind of creeps back in and then picks up a crumb and nibbles at it, and then looks at you and says, "It's fine, so long as they don't get fed to the flying worms."
And Hart does Hart know what this is?
Oh, I don't know if this is something you ever would have seen. Give me a nature check.
Okay. No, I've never seen that shit before in my entire life. That's a
Yeah.
5.
The word that they use, you would recognize is when they say worm, they mean snake.
Gotcha. Hart is going to say, is like basically going to let them know, like, I have a chewinga with me. As long as you hang out here, you're fine. If there's anything that I can tell the owner here to help make things better for you guys, so that way, like, you aren't always getting into his food, let me know, because he needs that food too.
Well, mice live pretty short lives to begin with, so like they feel like they've got it pretty good here. They aren't getting poisoned or anything. It's just every now and then one of them gets picked up and dropped into a cage
Oh,
with a thing that wants to eat them, and then it does.
poor buddy.
But that's just the circle of life.
Yeah, I think Hart will probably, like,
To them, it's worth it for a steady source of food.
yeah, I think Hart will probably, like, give them one of his rations. Because he does have rations, he just doesn't eat them because Goodberry is an amazing spell.
All right. That is a feast for an entire family of mice, and it thanks you heartily and will take it to its family.
Hart feels good about the work he's done here today. That's it.
You rest. And when you open your eyes again, you find yourself walking across a lake in the dark. The ice beneath you is glowing. And as you're walking, there is the clack of hooves against the ice. And you open your mouth and you watch bubbles fall to your feet. And in a sudden moment of realization, you are underneath the ice. And as you realize this, you look up to the bottom of the lake and you see a shadow coming towards you. And then you awake.
Cold sweats. Like, he comes out of his meditation just like clutches at his chest, thinks maybe the sugar got to me. I should have significantly less of it. Like, to him, he's just thinking this is what his friends have told him.
They warned you about sugar, bro. They warned you. All right. The night passes uneventfully for everyone. It's probably pretty rough going if you are a light sleeper. As I said, the sailors in the bunkhouse are loud snorers.
Lydia's pretty used to traveling with Kuori, who can snore a little bit, maybe just a little bit.
I do not snore.
Of course. But she scoots down from the top bunk and is sort of packed and ready to go, like just as everyone else is waking up, because she's very eager to get moving.
All right. So you meet up with the whole group. Rocky, Kuori, Lydia, and Hart all convene somewhere in town, and you are ready to cross the river.
When they convene, they see that Rocky's swapped out for a more rugged adventurer look. There is a basically a white fur coat that drapes over his shoulders. He has armor underneath. He looks like a very respectable guide. And then he opens his mouth. Hey, good morning.
Looking spiffy, Rocky. You ready to get this show on the road?
Well, there ain't no roads where we're going.
Oh, I know. It was just a figure of speech.
I know, I was quoting something.
Oh, I get it. I get it. She doesn't get it. Liz does. Lydia doesn't.
We get mummers plays up here sometimes.
Hart doesn't know what a quote is, and he doesn't know what a mummer's play is, so he is fine.
Do we need anything else before we leave town?
All right, everybody, let's do a safety check. You got your warm weather gear?
Check.
You got your torches?
Duh.
Why?
Backpacks, weapons?
Duh. Takes out her
No and no.
Takes out her great sword.
Mr. Hart, you're woefully underprepared for this.
That's not true.
Rations?
I have my berries. Does anybody want one?
I'm okay. Thank you, though, Hart.
No.
Suit yourself. Oh.
2 out of 3 ain't bad.
Yeah, he's wearing like thicker clothes, but like he doesn't really have a backpack. Doesn't have stuff.
I carry things for him.
You've got your quarterstaff, your chewinga, and a
Good thing.
bell on your antlers.
You've got a chewinga?
Yeah, he's a little friend that we picked up along the way.
That's amazing.
He doesn't really say
Helpful little
much.
dudes. Or chicks. Non-binaries.
Pals.
Pals.
A little like evergreen tree shaped nature spirit steps out from behind Hart's antler. It is wider than the antler itself, so as it steps out from behind it, it's like it's stepping out of nothing. And it's like stands there, just sort of presents itself, throws snowflakes into the air, and then just gives you a very elaborate bow.
Hart, do we know our chewinga friends? Do they have a name that they like to be called?
I'm not sure. I don't speak their language, I don't think.
It hops over to Rocky and just starts like running its fingers through your white cloak.
It is the softest thing it's ever felt.
Like it like touches it, just kind of like, to be all like, how does it feel? And then like it stiffens, and then it just melts into it, and just like, ah.
Yeah.
Well,
It's doing snow angels in the fur.
Our friend seems to approve of you, Rocky. So I think with that, we're as prepared as we're going to be.
All right, let's head out. There is a chance of snow blindness, so I recommend that we all tie ourselves off at the waist and keep in a single file. You don't want to get lost out in the snow. That's how you freeze to death.
Kuori, am I riding with you?
Yes. Bends down and put her arm down.
Rocky'll lead him out of town after saying goodbye to Ma.
Bye, Ma.
She gives you a soft grandma kiss on the cheek. She smells like caramel candy.
And old plastic.
Oh, why is that so visceral?
Because it's on the furniture.
What would be like the equivalent of fantasy plastic? Oh, wow.
They can still make plastic. Artificers exist.
I guess? Oh well. Y'all head off to Bremen. You have to cross the Shanegarn River. and it is like the ice is thick to the point where looking down, you believe that it is pert near to the floor. Like it is not natural for it to be this way. There should be liquid under there for fish to live in and stuff, but like at this shallow part of the river, the ice has permeated to the river bed.
Have I seen this phenomenon before?
No,
Huh.
it's not supposed to happen.
Well, that's weird.
And you know for a fact that there are some fish that live in the river that are supposed to be able to migrate up it to their spawning ground, and those are probably extinct now. There's just the knuckleheads now.
That's not good at all.
Walking into Bremen, you know that there used to be a flooding season that occurred before this whole eternal winter nonsense. And this place was known for panning for gold. And that's just kind of not a thing anymore. And while this ice is safe to walk across with no danger of falling in, I'm pretty sure that you guys don't have spikes on your shoes, so give me just a dex save to make sure nobody falls as you're crossing.
Would I have spikes on my shoes?
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
Modified 20.
All right.
Uh,
Deft as always, Hart.
7.
7.
Oh
7.
no,
13.
Lydia, you're on me. You got no save.
Can I make a dex or strength save to help them?
It's gonna have to be strength. It's Kuori.
Okay. I'm a strong boy. I also roll fucking well. That's natural 20 for 23.
Holy moly. Kuori, you see Corey's just walking and manages to hit a patch of especially slippery ice. And you see her leg go straight up in the air, like her head's about to hit the ice. And then you just like, ha! Like catch her in a full dip.
I'm much more used to foxtrots, but if you like to tango, it's a lot. He'll start drooling on as he helps her up.
Lydia, it just goes from shocked to like looking at Kuori and then looking at Rocky and then
I imagine that when he catches her in this dip, has the papoose situation become a thing yet?
we have not
No, not
not
yet.
built the custom Lydia
Back
So
here.
like you're like clutched onto Corey's back,
Piggyback.
and then like when he catches her, you find yourself with your back literally just on the ice, so that you can just like let go, and when he lifts her back up, you're just lying there unharmed.
Spasiva, that's she stands back up to like her full 8 feet tall height.
Yep, towering over him.
It's not many that can do that. Congratulations.
I mean, it's not a big deal for the rest of my family, but I grew up in the mountains. So I had to be a bit stronger.
Lydia will just like not hop back on Corey's shoulder and instead like move her rope so that she can walk next to Hart and just nudges Corey to the top of the line there.
What are you doing?
Oh, I just wanted to talk to Hart for a second, so I figured you could chat with Rocky about maybe some dance moves or something.
Hart leans
anyways.
down to Lydia. Rocky mentioned foxtrot. There are foxes nearby, and like he kind of like gets like a stanky look on his face.
Oh, Hart, you're so funny.
You want me to go?
I just talk to Hart for a second. It's okay. Just go on.
The Chewinga
Duh.
will have hopped off of Rocky and returned to Hart. And it seems to be kind of like meandering in a like nonchalant sort of way with its hands behind its back, as though it's like getting away with something. And then it like shows Hart that it got a fistful of white fur, and then just gives like a mischievous shh, and then like shoves it into its rustling leaves, and then goes and hides behind his antler again.
Right. Well, I'll leave you two to talking then. Yeah.
Okay, sounds good.
And she'll walk forward.
As soon as Corey's out of earshot, or just on the edge of it, she'll just, so Hart, how was your night? How was your night with the mice? Did you make new friends?
I did. They were very nice. I helped feed an entire family with just a single ration. But then, when I was meditating, the last little bit, like every once in a while when I'm meditating about things, I get like, they're not dreams, and I'm not thinking about stuff that's happening in the past, but things that I've been thinking about, or at least subconsciously thinking about. That's a really weird word, subconscious. When I meditate, sometimes a thing happens and it's really scary, and then later a thing that's similar to that happens. And last night I had a dream where I was walking on the underside of some ice, and there was a glowy thing above the ice.
So Lydia, like while Hart is talking, is not looking at Hart at all and is just watching Kuori and Rocky. And then as soon as she hears like, and then it actually, something similar to that actually happens, she's just like turns and stops and says, Hart, have you been having premonitions? Like seeing things before they happen?
Kinda. I mean, there was one time I dreamt that I was walking through a forest, and then I got up to a tree, and then on that tree there was a person hanging from it, but they had like red wax around where their head was, and I couldn't see where they were. And then when we were in town, I don't know if I think it was the next day.
Goose.
Then we ended up seeing Goose, and it looked like he had red over his face, and I couldn't see what he was. So there was that, and then there was the ice, and I don't know. I think it's weird. I don't like having those kinds of meditations, but what can you really do?
I think we should probably, you said you saw a lake and you were stuck under the ice?
I don't know if it was a lake, but it was ice, and I was under it, and the only reason I know, I think I was like upside down under it, but walking on top, because when I opened my mouth, bubbles came out, but they fell. And normally if you're underwater, the bubbles go that way. So
Right.
if it went down and then hit ice, I wasn't walking on top of the ice. I was walking upside down on the bottom of the ice.
Right. No, I'm following you logically. Just maybe maybe we should fill Corey in just in case, but I don't think you should be telling everybody about these dreams. We don't know what's causing them or
Well, no
what
one's
they
really
mean.
asked up until this point.
While you're
That's
having
true.
this conversation, you are interrupted by someone calling to you from the other side of the river. A short figure standing by a couple of rowboats out on the other side of the river. He just is bellowing at you like "Hoy!" and you see like the breath condensing in the air as he does so.
Corey's gonna shout back, "Hoy!"
He motions to bring you over.
Looks like someone's calling us over. They might be in trouble. Let's see if we can help.
Of course.
Rock is gonna just pull the ropes real quick and kind of take a step forward and test the ice, because he's tied up to boats, right?
Who?
The other guy.
He's not tied to them. He's just standing between them.
No, he's standing between. Yeah, like he has boats with him.
Yes. But he is on the other side of the river, right next to the shore. There are docks there as well. And as you get closer, you realize that these are rowboats that are just kind of like sitting on top of the ice as though they have been dragged there.
Hello.
It's a stout humanoid in cold weather clothing. A gray hood hides most of his face, but you can make out a wide nose and a long frosty beard. The stout figure stamps his feet and waves you over. Good, you're here. Now get to it, you ingrates. Those fish ain't gonna catch themselves. And he turns around and busies himself about getting the boats ready to go.
Hold on, mister. I think you have the wrong idea here.
No, I think you have the wrong idea here. 5 copper per trout. That's what we agreed on.
Sir, we're not fishermen.
Now, which one do you want? The burly ram or the pronged goat? And he gestures to each boat, and the pronged goat just literally has a bite mark taken out of it.
Sir, we're not fishermen.
And he like squints at you and then just like squeaks a finger into his ear and he says, I'm a bit deaf in this ear.
We're not fishermen.
You hear some footsteps approaching on a creaky dock. Another figure covered head to toe in cold weather clothing has joined you. The figure wags a gloved finger at the frosty bearded dwarf. You have no honor, barrel bore, the newcomer yells, pulling down a woolen muffler to reveal a pale half-elven face. You're sending these innocent people to their deaths, and for what? A few fish? Pay no mind to this rambling fool.
Okay, so he's saying that the rumors are true, that there's some sort of... Wow, that was Rollin for a second. Haha. So you're saying that the rumors are true, that there's something out there?
You didn't even tell them about the monster, did you?
What
I feel
monster?
like this is NPC dialogue.
This dwarf just kind of curses in Dwarven at the half-elf, and he turns to you guys and says, "Get to work!" And he stomps away out of earshot, not really eager to hear what the half-elf has to say, but he's still interested in keeping an eye on his boats.
Excuse me, pal, gal, pal, non-binary pal,
Non-binary, actually. Hey,
Oh.
Tally.
tell
I get the feeling that Grince doesn't like me very much, or anyone who steps between him and the gold swimming in this lake. I'm studying the local animal life here in Icewind Dale. I just couldn't stay silent and watch another crew fall victim to the monster of Mir Dwalden.
what do you know of this monster?
Monster?
I'm studying it, actually. I'm interested in seeing if all of this extra ice has been interfering with its feeding patterns.
Well, I don't know how he expects us to get any fish. The river's frozen solid. There's nothing here.
Oh, there's still some liquid out deeper in the water. You're just gonna have to drag the boat out there.
Yeah, but no sane person would actually take a boat out this small, that far down the lake.
I mean, I guess you don't live in Bremen then.
No, I live in Targos.
Right. He looks you guys up and or they look you guys up and down and says, "You didn't come here to fish, did you?"
No, I've been trying to explain to the man that we are not fishermen.
I see. Grinsk is stubborn, and he likes to make deals while he's drunk.
Well, he never made deal with us.
I
We're
see.
just trolls trying to cross the river.
Well, you've done it. Welcome to Bremen.
Thanks. So
Tally will actually take one of you by the hand and like kind of like pull you up onto the shore, like, ta-da, here you are, you did it.
You're saying that this guy is he's forcing people to take this job, or just suggesting that they do and not giving them all the information?
I think the latter is true.
Mm.
He can't force anybody to do anything.
But he does not tell them that there is a monster trying to attack.
Well, he says he doesn't believe in the monster, but Tally just kind of gives a sidelong glance at that bite mark taken out of the boat.
Have you ever seen the monster?
Not personally, no, but I know it exists.
And why is that?
There's plenty of evidence for it. This, for instance, people go out on boats and don't come back.
How many hands long is the bite mark if Rocky were to guesstimate?
It's a good question. Give me a survival check.
19.
Okay. It is peculiarly, quizzically, curiously, long, rather than wide. Maybe a bit wider than a human bite, but certainly much longer.
Well, I can tell you for sure it isn't a knucklehead trout. They only get up to 70 pounds?
Yes, and they have beaks and not teeth. There's some pretty clear fang indentations in this wood.
Could it not be another type of fish?
That has been another theory. A lot of people who claim to have seen the monster say that it was a fish of some sort, but still others claim that it was more scaly, lizard-like.
And they have been a problem for this town, yeah.
Nods.
How much further do we have to go, Rocky?
You are literally standing on the docks of Bremen. Like, you can look up the hill and there are buildings there.
Okay. And you said where were the copies of the...
The manifest, they should
Yeah.
be with whomever leads the docks.
Oh, that would be Grensk.
Grunsk is the guy we just met?
Yeah.
All right, let me go talk to him and see what I can do.
Thanks, Rocky.
Spasiba.
Hauls himself up the dock and heads over to Grinsk.
Okay.
Hey, Mr. Grinsk, I'm Boxer Rocks from Targos. He'll give the shipping address of where he works.
I see. He gives you kind of a suspicious look. And he's like, you didn't mention that last night.
I just got here this morning.
A likely story.
Anyway, we had a bit of arson inside the office and we're missing some files. I just need to pop right in there and just get a copy of some manifests.
He is pulling at his beard, and he says, what authorization do you have to look at the manifest?
I work at Three Flags.
Yeah, in Targos.
Yeah, and I need a copy of the manifest.
And I need a shipment of fish.
Well, that's not really my problem now.
Well, it is now, buddy.
You are obstructing my workflow right now. I could be inside, doing my job, getting paid actual money.
You know what really obstructs a
food?
workflow? Is when a fisherman refuses to fish. So
No,
that
you know what really obstructs the workflow?
Sell any
Ice.
fish.
Can Lydia hear any of this that's going on? How
for
far
sure.
away are they?
The two of them are just having a shouting match. Neither of them are listening to what the other is saying.
It does. Let's Lydia. Let's. Yeah.
Hart, come on, let's go.
Comic Museum, thank you for the follow.
Bing.
The bell has tolled for thee.
That's my dad.
I assume I
Yay!
know where this is going.
Hi, Liz Dad.
Hey.
It's Dad Mac. Hi, Dad Mac.
Dad Mac.
Dad Mac.
Hello and welcome.
Does that make him the Big Mac?
Oh God.
It does. It does, in fact. You know, I really thought I would enjoy having RJ on the show, but I really must say I'm loving it.
Rocky's gonna reconvene with everyone and just go, all right, the old fool isn't budging. He says that if I want to get to the manifest, we need to get him some fish.
He's got to have it his way.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. That's Burger King, by the
That
way,
was Burger
Wings.
King. Yeah, I
Yeah.
know. I'm trying to keep up.
I'm
but
about to
man.
like freaking lose it.
Get out of your mind. I hate myself
Oh
so much.
no!
I didn't expect that to land that well.
Bringing it back. We're good.
All right. At the thought of being a fisherman, Hart's like, do we have to keep them?
We bring them to the Mr. Grunkle.
His name is Grince Barrelbore.
Where exactly did Talus say that the monster was? Tell us, where exactly did you say the monster was? Ask you. in
Nobody
character.
knows, but it does bother fishermen from Bremen.
Specifically from Bremen?
We're not from Bremen.
From what I've heard, there has been no reports of fishermen or traders or sailors of any sort being accosted by the monster of Wall. Is that what I said? Wall. Oh goodness!
Wall?
What is the name of this?
Mayor
lake?
Dwalden.
Mayor Dwalden. Okay, wow. Mucked
wait.
up in my mouth.
Mayor Dwalden is the monster's name?
No, that's
No.
the name of
It's
the
a
lake.
lake.
Oh, okay.
Mayor Dwalden is the name of the lake.
Oh,
that,
okay.
No one has been accosted by the monster on Mayor Dwalden except for people from Bremen.
Which is weird because Bremen and Targos are on the same side of the lake, so you'd think that it evens out. We haven't had any reports of any attacks in Targos.
So, if I'm understanding correctly, we have to go to a lake where there is a possible monster,
Reptile
reptile monster, and get fish so that we can get the manifest. Is that what he's saying?
Yeah.
Callie starts digging through some papers and things, and kind of like lines up a stack and gets out a quill and says, if you're planning on going out anyway, if you happen to see anything, could you write it down for me?
I do appreciate very I like to journal and I like my penmanship, but I feel like if we see anything in the heat of the battle, or fleeing for our lives, we might not have time to write it down. But how about
certainly not in the moment, but afterwards, whatever you can recall.
Why don't we just come talk to you and then you can write it down?
I am amenable to this. Whatever works for you. I
can help you write it down.
I personally would like some field notes. You know, there are some things that you might forget. It's fine. I'm asking you a favor anyway.
Oh, that's fine. Upstairs in the lockbox.
I'll help you if you give me the journal. I can help you. I can appreciate good research.
Kuori gets a stack of papers. Thump.
Into her bag.
Excellent. All right. Well, all four of you could fit into one rowboat if you prefer, or you could spread out into two different rowboats. It's up to you.
Eh,
You know, I didn't add this on the checklist, but how good is everyone at swimming?
I feel like I'm pretty good at it.
I would say that Lydia would be comfortable in the water, very much so.
Wings. DM.
What? Yes?
How
Yeah.
good would
How-
Kuori be at swimming?
I think that's up to you, my friend.
It's not called Stone's Endurance for nothing.
Oh my gosh.
Eh. Yes, I do know how to swim.
Do
Is
I
that a
know if
lie?
she knows how to swim?
I can't tell. Is that a lie?
I do know how to swim. It's fine.
All right.
I'm still sus. Oh well, it's fine. One boat, two boat, red boat, blue boat.
There's
I
one.
say
One
we
boat.
take one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Safety in numbers.
Alright.
Possibly not the one with the bite mark. Yeah.
Hey, but maybe the one with the bite mark is a less appealing target. Like, oh, I've tasted that already. I don't want it.
Or it could be a marking, so that the next time they see that boat, they're going for it, because it's the one that got away.
That would be a really interesting bit of data.
I know some mountain men who like fight bears, and they get like a scar on the face, and it becomes like a whole mortal enemy sort of deal. Hell's heart stab at thee kind of thing.
Ah, yes. So, which boat do we want to take?
Kuori's just gonna start making her way towards the not bitten boat.
All right. Kuori is able to lift the burly ram all on their own and start dragging it across the ice to where you can see the dark spot that makes up the center of the lake. And with that, I think we're going to leave off for our break.
Yay!
Break
So, with that,
time!
Danae, thank you so much for running this game. I'm having a blast. We are going to try and be back in 5 to 10 minutes, so don't go no place unless it's to grab a food, grab a drink, grab a friend, or possibly go to indooradventure.redbubble.com. Pick yourself up something nice. All right, everybody. See you soon. Spaghetti! Hello, everybody. We have returned. We're going out onto the lake full of ice. It's going to be a good time.
Yes, indeed. All right, who's going to row this boat? As you reach a point where you can put the burly ram into the water and load up onto the rowboat.
I can row this boat.
All right. Everybody loads on. Give me a survival check, Kuori, as you row out into the middle of the lake.
Can I assist?
If you are trained, then yes.
Yes.
You're
Muted.
muted.
Sorry, I'm gonna take that first roll because the second roll was a 1. It's gonna be a total of 21.
Excellent. All right. You are able to. I believe that like this is a rowing backwards sort of situation. So Rocky looks forward and gives you like the call to go left or right. And you do have to maneuver around a couple of ice floes, which definitely could have done some damage to the boat. But the two of you are like a well-oiled machine, and you do so masterfully. Are any of you guys going to do any fishing?
Lydia, like, do we have fishing equipment? Was it provided with the boat? Like, to...
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Sorry.
No,
I
that's
thought
okay.
you were about to say no. I'm like, oh, shit.
That would have been silly.
I'll just get a torch and just start doing figure eights over the water, hoping to attract a knucklehead. But no, Lydia will fish.
Yeah.
Who
Kuori
all's
will
gonna
fish.
fish?
I'll fish.
Kuori will fish, yeah.
All right, 3 of you are going to be fishing, so I'm going to need 3 survival checks.
Hey.
11.
23.
Right?
11.
Okay. The two 11s do not get fish, but the 23, you get a bite. And the
Rocky's
boat,
style of fishing is he pulls out a bone dagger, ties a rope to it, waits for a moment, and then spikes it into the water.
Jesus. All right. Well, give me a athletics check as this enormous knucklehead trout reacts to being fucking stabbed.
15.
Ooh. The trout also got a 15. It's fighting. Give me one more.
Kuori's just looking at him
The
quizzically.
boat is like rocking back and forth because like this thing's big.
Yeah, it's like up to 70 pounds.
Yeah.
16. One better.
All right. That'll do it. Natural one. You yank it up out of the water and then sprays the rest of the group with freezing cold water.
Oh.
But you are holding a large knucklehead trout, which is, see if I can. These guys have these big, bulbous, hard heads, which they are well known for. It's the part of the body. It's very bony, so it's the part of the body that typically gets handed off to scrimshanders and turned into scrimshaw. Carved with elaborate details.
That's an interesting way of catching fish.
It works a lot better in the mountain rivers. You don't really have to yank it on a boat.
Steven, roll me a d20.
Oh, good.
Oh no.
A 9.
Okay. The lake is still and quiet for the next hour.
Cool. I'm glad that's what that means.
How much were we expected to fish? Like, how it was there like a weight?
Yeah.
Well,
They didn't really give you any guidelines or anything, but
Well,
it is a fine time for more fishing if you would like to.
it is 3 copper per knucklehead, so if we want to make a profit, that's 6, 9, 12, like 3 more.
It's 5 copper per knucklehead, actually.
Oh, it's 5 copper, then like 2 more, and then we can make a silver piece and change.
Okay, let's keep fishing.
I'll use a rod this time.
Okay.
17.
All right.
22.
Awesome.
21.
All of you hook a knucklehead at some point throughout the hour. Everybody give me athletics checks.
21.
All right.
15.
Sploosh, another knucklehead. Sploosh, another knucklehead.
Non-natural 20.
Oh my gosh. Holy moly. Lydia, I definitely thought you were going in the drink. All
I
right.
just rolled two natural 19s.
4 knuckleheads in the boat, y'all.
Was I supposed to roll an athletics check as well?
Are you fishing?
No. But you said everybody roll an athletics check, so I just wanted to make sure.
Sorry, I meant everybody that was fishing.
All right,
Give me
cool.
a D20 roll.
Thank God. For no reason.
Yeah, but you give me another D20 roll.
Damn it. 17.
Oh.
I didn't like that.
No, this is good. This is fine.
Why are you rolling dice?
This one's got a lot of tables.
What one?
All right. So we've got Rocky, Kuori, and Lydia. You guys have bagged yourselves 4 knucklehead trout. They are piled in the middle of the boat. You're feeling pretty good about yourselves, probably throwing your lines out again, thinking uneventful. Nothing's going to happen out here. Hart, what are you doing whilst all of this is going on?
Hart is, he has his star map that he's been working on when he meditates with Kuori outside sometimes. and he's touching it up because he thinks that it's close, maybe, to like what he's seeing in the night sky, and he's like, I just need to touch it up a little bit. But he's doing the thing that most artists do, where no matter how long you look at the piece of work, it's never finished. There's always like some small thing that you can change, and it's just him doing that, but like finger paints into an ink pot.
Bless. Rocky and Hart, both of you notice some ripples a few 100 feet out. And you've probably seen this happen a couple of times before since you've gotten out here. The fish like to come up and kind of get a taste of the air every now and then. However, the ripples are much larger. And then you see the ripples closer. And then you see a wake form over a dark shape in the water. And it comes closer and closer until it almost gets to the boat, and then it disappears.
That's not good.
The boat rocks violently, and you hear a crunching of wood as the boat takes 4, 9, 13 bludgeoning damage. I need everybody to make dexterity saving throws.
That's my worst throw. That was 7.
14.
19.
18.
Okay. Kuori, you are knocked into the water. Anybody who got over a 12 or more stays on their feet. But anybody who got less than that gets knocked prone in the boat, unless you're Kuori, where you've been knocked into the water. Kasploosh! An enormous Goliath body goes directly into the drink.
Am I able to see anything when I'm in the water?
You open up your eyes, you see bubbles going upwards. It is very dark down here, and it is cold, but it does not bother you as much as it would bother anyone else. In fact, this would be a deadly encounter for anyone but you. You see a shadow go by.
It is what?
And it is large, and it is long. Give me a perception check.
That's what she said?
Maybe? I don't know.
18.
All right. You see a shadow go by and you turn to follow it. But it is fast. You look about, kind of holding your breath underwater, feeling very vulnerable. And you suddenly turn around, and what you see is the very clear, very close to your face is a reptilian creature's maw, essentially. It's just kind of fixing you with its yellow eyes, and there is a clear intelligence to them. You can see it considering you. And it turns its head this way and that, because it has eyes on either side of its face. And it has these like gator-like teeth that are just kind of protruding from its maw. It's got scaly skin and a long neck that meets a flippered body. And it considers you, and then it swims in a circle around the boat again.
Can I wave at it as it considers me?
Interesting. Give me a persuasion check.
I have a +0 on this baby, so that's a straight roll and no modifier. That's a 19.
Oh my god. What is everybody doing up on the boat right now?
Can I ready an attack to hit it, basically, when it comes out the water to try and knock another one of us off?
Okay.
I'm extending my quarter staff out for Kuori to grab hold of so I can, like, reel
Yeah,
her.
Lydia is concerned with getting Kuori back in the boat.
All right. So, like, everybody's kind of busying themselves, either preparing for an attack or worrying after Kuori. Underneath the water, Kuori has waved at the monster. It has begun to swim away, seemingly just like completely leaving the scene of the incident. But you see it stop and turn and look back at you and just kind of squint that eye. And then it like looks away and looks back at you again, and you see it take its flipper, and then just go. There is an exchange between Kuori and the creature that is curiously human as they wave to each other and Kuori points the creature to the surface. It will start to swim up.
I'll start to swim up. It's like doing the big arms and legs to swim up.
Mm-hmm.
And she'll break up. Don't attack it. And she's just hanging by the side of the boat.
Yep. Hart and Lydia were getting ready to help you back in, so I think between the two of them and your own Goliath strength, you can make your way back into the boat.
Yeah. I'm looking around to see where the monster pops up.
You hear the sound of water crashing back into itself, and you all turn around to see this long serpentine neck just kind of raise up out of the water, dripping terribly, and it just sort of looms over you.
Yeah.
You see these flippers come up and just clamp on either side of the boat, and it just rocks a little bit, and it's just looking at you.
I'll wave at it again. Do you understand me?
Yes.
Dear.
No, it's a serpentine monster, not a deer.
Right.
I'm sorry. Hello. Who are you?
It tips its head as though it doesn't really understand this question.
Rocky.
No, not you, Rocky.
No, he's facing the monster and points to himself and says Rocky.
Sure,
Lydia.
Rocky. You are human.
Do you have a name? Do you have a name?
It just kind of looks confused and then looks away.
What do others call you?
What do you call me?
A friend, if you'll let me.
Oh.
I can be friend.
May we ask, friend, why you are attacking boats?
Because I was told to.
By who?
The human who gave me this gift is named Ravison and claimed to serve the Frostmaiden. Ravison said I must do my part to help the Frostmaiden, who wants the people of Bremen to suffer.
Did he say why?
Sacrifice was inadequate.
Just kind of shrugs.
What gift did this human give you?
Give me an Arcana check.
Come on, baby. I have +5. Ooh, nice. 14 + 5, 19.
Nice. You are able to safely conclude that this creature is the beneficiary of a Druid's Awaken spell. This effect should be permanent.
Ah. Can you show us who told you to do this?
I cannot.
You do
I
not
mean-
know where they are.
I am able, but I do not want Ravison to be angry with me.
Why would Travison be angry with you?
More confused, just sort of looking around. I'm not sure. Ravison gets angry for strange reasons,
Like
so I
what?
try not to.
Type of what type of reasons?
Well, she is angry with people.
Does she say why?
She says they deserve to suffer.
I don't think all people deserve to suffer. I don't think anyone deserves to suffer.
This seems to be the first time he's considered this, and you see his brow kind of furrow with concern. Like, oh no, am I the baddie?
Yeah, we're the bad guys. We're the baddies. Why do you want people to suffer?
I don't know.
Do you want-
I used to just swim around this lake and eat fish. I didn't want more than that.
Do you
But-
want more?
I only know that I don't want to be a stupid beast again.
What if you stopped attacking people and then we let the people of Bremen know that you like eating fish, and so if they don't want to be attacked anymore, they should just leave you fish?
But if Ravison finds out, what if she decides to make me the way I was before?
Maybe we can talk to Ravison.
Does Ravison know how to swim?
I have never seen her swim.
Then go to the very bottom of the lake if you see that Ravison's coming. They won't be able to reach you all the way down there.
Well, if they are a druid, they might be able to.
She can do that?
They can do that?
Druids can turn into other creatures.
Then no place is safe.
Ravison, maybe we could just speak to her in a more friendly way. Yes.
I fear that someone who thinks that all humans should suffer maybe is not the most amenable to being reasoned with.
Wait, friend, I have a question. Have you seen another creature that looks like this one? And I point to Lydia.
But boy.
Oh boy.
Not a boy.
Well, the creature will dip its head and give Lydia a sniff. You guys are referring to Lydia, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And it like sneef, and then poof, like blows out a bunch of air, and it shakes its head, says, "No, I have not seen anything like this one."
maybe. Can't you get out of this lake?
Looks down at his flippers.
Well, I don't know if it connected to like a river. I don't know bodies of
Perhaps
water.
when it was warmer.
Uh, well, if you do not want to be the beast you were, maybe you should prove that by not attacking people for no reason.
Give me a persuasion check.
Do I get advantage because I waved at it?
Sure.
Can I assist?
Yeah. I'll allow an assist since all of you are talking to it.
Lydia will just say, no one should ever force you to do something you don't believe in or don't want to.
Well, the first roll was a 10, but the second was a 19. Thank you for the assist.
That's very good.
I've been rolling really well, and I'm afraid it's gonna leave me when it's the most important.
It kind of sinks down into the water, and like slips its flippers down, so that it's just kind of holding on with its tip, with the tips of it, and you can see that there are little teeny claws there that just kind of like grip, and it just kind of rests its head right at the tip of your boat, and it looks mournfully at you guys and says, "Will you talk to Ravison for me?"
You can talk to Ravison for you. Can I kind of like, she'll like, can she kind of like step a few steps forwards and kind of just pet the snout? There's no way I can't make a character of mine that doesn't just love animals because I love animals, and I cannot make someone that doesn't.
It is cold and kind of scaly, but it's got like the sandpaper feel of like shark skin. And when it speaks, its head kind of like bobs up and down because its jaw is on the boat. And it says, Ravison says that the Frostmaiden wants humans to suffer. But we beasts are suffering too.
You should not suffer it for other people.
Do you know, where does Ravison come from when they come to talk to you? Do you know which direction?
She lives in Lonelywood.
Do you know what? Can you tell us what she looks like?
Humans all look sort of strange to me. She has lots of fur on her head.
What color was the fur on her head?
Color?
It's like a dog, you can only sing, but okay.
Is she tall, long, or short like me?
Oh, gosh. I'm gonna have to actually open up a picture of her so I can describe this to you.
Just put everyone from like shortest to tallest.
There is actually a picture of Ravison. The fur is long. And she has hooks on her hands. They are curved.
Do I know any double hooked hand person with a lot of hair in Lonelywood?
No, not necessarily. You do know that there are druids that live in the forest, and for the most part, they kind of keep to themselves. But if they are trifled with, they, let's just put it this way: you don't mess with them. The people of the city are basically pretty scared of them. And I think that for a time when you lived in Lonelywood, people were worried that you were one of them.
Because I live in the woods, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so as someone who lives in the woods of Lonelywood, I would know this.
He gets this kind of haunted look in his face and says, "Her mouth is dark."
Don't like that at all. Uh, is it wide?
It is, and it just kind of like puts a flipper up, like yours,
Ah,
but dark.
dark on the inside or like around it?
Both.
Oh, this is a thing with like shadow and light. It's okay. A
Um,
dark mouth. I don't know if they're trying to strike dark lipstick or just like a fucking maw.
I mean, it sounds scary, right?
Yeah, but you said it was like mine, so I
That's
don't
true.
like this.
friend, friend, I was wondering if I could suggest there is this very wonderful person who is very curious about you and has been trying to study you. And I'll just describe what Tally. Yeah, I'll describe what Tally looks like in as simple a terms as I can. And
Are they a friend?
yes, but they haven't gotten to meet you yet. And so I just ask if you see them, that you introduce yourself, um, and then, they might have some questions about like what you eat or where you're from, what you do, because they're trying to study the creatures that live in this lake to better understand how to help with these changing times with all of the extra ice and snow.
Talk to Ravison first.
If you take us to Ravison, we can talk to them.
He looks at you for a second, and then he just slides off the boat and goes back into the water with a ploop. And there is a moment of silence as it seems he has left you. And then he crashes up out of the water and like snap into the boat with its teeth, and it grabs a rope and pulls it, and it begins to swim, and it drags the boat like a speedboat across the lake in the direction of Lonelywood.
I'm just holding on to everybody.
Guess we're doing this now.
I mean, speaking of doing this now, I have not prepared Lonelywood, so I think that's where we're going to leave off for today.
Okay.
All right, sounds good. So we're getting our asses dragged to Lonelywood. Hey, RJ, I hope you're free next week because you're in the same boat that we are.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
totally free next week.
Yeah, you are now.
You're being kidnapped by a dinosaur.
You're in it.
A dinosaur?
Plesiosaur?
It's a
Awakened plesiosaur?
It's an awakened plesiosaur.
It is a Nessie friendo. I'm so excited
I'm
about
friends
this.
with the plesiosaur.
You became friends with the Loch Ness Monster.
All I had to do was wave at it. I love it. I'm like, I wave at it. And you're like, oh,
that was
this
the
is
last thing I was
interesting.
like, Nights in the Courtyard.
Nights in the Courtyard, what
Nights
I
in the
wanted to do.
All right,
I
but
wanna
before we
hear.
go into Nights in the Courtyard, we also have to go into our outro. So, I had a blast this game. There was an awakened plesiosaur. We got to hang out with Rocky, aka Box of Rocks. I made a bunch of mouse friends. It was a great day, but I always have a great time whenever you're running the game. Danae, where can we find you? What do you do?
Well, hey everybody, my name's Danae Keener. You can find me at DanaeKeener.com. I do nerdy drawings mostly related to D&D and a lot of things on this channel. I'm going to be posting a lot of art that I have backlogged over this year, and that's going to be like one a day for the next while, like next couple of weeks, I want to say. It's a lot of stuff that people have already seen, but, it just isn't on my website yet. So you can see that at DanaeKeener.com or on my Twitter at DanaeKeener. I think that's it. DanaeKeener.com.
Excellent. And Satan, where can we find you? What do you do?
Hi, I'm Satan, and you can find me on Twitter at LizMac. My at is down there, thanks to this awesome layout. I post drawings like Danae does. I post other nerdy stuff. I post about my life if you want to get to know me a little bit more. But if you just want to see me play really cool characters, you can check out the other games that I play. This is just one of the games I play on Sunday mornings. I'm over at the Hobgoblin ZMing for a few friends of mine, including RJ here and recently Danae. But other than that, Saturdays you can also find me at Plot Hunters at 8 p.m. EST. We're an all LGBTQIA plus and POC cast and DM show. So if you like supporting those spaces, please come find us. We're going through Tyranny of Dragons. And I also do some really awesome games on this channel specifically. Like I'll do our once a month game that is Monster Noir. I believe it's coming up
This
this week.
week? This
Yeah,
week,
yes,
I think? Yeah.
yes, the 28th, yeah. This week. So if you want to catch that fun game, it's gonna be here Wednesdays 8:30 EST. And as well here Thursday playing by my uh Drow Bard, who is a widower many times over. For certain reasons, but she's having a fun time with her friends, and maybe in the mid-century crisis. But other than that, you can also find me on Twitch. I do the art on the Twitch. Same name, Melissa Vamp. That's me. I have a lot. I'm just gonna shut up now.
Who are you pointing to?
You.
Oh, it's me. Hi, I'm Liz, also known as LizMac, LizMacD22 on Twitter. I am the community manager of Clever Plays Studio. We have a really cool co-op 2-player puzzle game that is coming out soon, and the demo is now out on Switch, called Operation Tango. If I am not here every Sunday, you can find me doing a bunch of amazing things with a bunch of amazing people over at Jabroni TV. That's jabroni.tv, with some more new fresh content coming up soon after a bit of a hiatus. So
Hey. So yeah, we got the link to jabroni.tv in the side chat over. Yeah. And hey, RJ, where can we find you? What do you do?
Apparently here next week. Hey everybody, I'm RJ. You can catch me at rjustice282 on Twitter and Twitch, where I tweet about nerdy things and stream sometimes. Recently it's been 7 Days to Die. And apparently, according to my chat, we have a chaos base now. I don't know what that means, but there's probably a lot of guns and zombies. Catch me here tomorrow during our holiday episode as Calum, the Shatterkai Wizard Cleric, over at G Game Nights on Thursday, where I play Jarvis Hawkins, who's a magic thief in our Jane Austen game called Good Society. No, it's Elegant Magics. That's what it's called. Finally, rounding out my week, you can catch me over on Sunday mornings at the Hype Goblin channel, where our lovely, lovely Satan runs a game of Nexus Adventures. I play Roland Grandbrook, and he's a monster fucker. DanaeKeener.com.
Nice. Wouldn't have it any other way. And hey, guess what? If you've made it this far, you probably already know who I am, but if you don't, hey Acorns, what's up? It's me, your buddy, your pal, your friend, the Indoor Adventurer, the showrunner here at twitch.tv/Indoor Adventures. We do shows like this on Monday and Thursday at 5:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, as well as on Sundays at 7 o'clock p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And like Satan said, hey, guess what? This Wednesday, our once monthly Monster Noir game. I think Wings and I are both playing new characters because our current characters are off in a frozen wasteland. One of us is insane and the other is making sure that they don't hurt themselves. I'll leave it up to you guys to guess who it is. I'm nuts. If this is your first time joining us, you can go to youtube.com/Indoor Adventures to check up on all of the VODs of each of the games that we have played up until this point. We got full playthroughs of Curse of Strahd, Ghost of Saltmarsh, Waterdeep Dragon Heist, as well as Tomb of Annihilation, as well as a bunch of other content. So, if you like what you saw, continue going to youtube.com/Indoor Adventures, or you can go to our Patreon, where we have our after show called at patreon.com/Indoor Adventures, called Nights in the Courtyard, where we answer questions not only from the community, but also from each other. So if you have any questions for myself, or any of these other fine folk, feel free to go over to, again, patreon.com/knightsinthecourtyard and get your answers there. But until then, that is it for our show. Thank you to everybody who decided to stop by. Thank you to Danae for running this game. And thank you to these players for putting up with our bullshit once again this week. And we'll see all of you guys next time. All right, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.